And Gemini 9 was uh, a rendezvous and docking. Yeah,
Okay.
with uh, with the Agena again, right?
Did it? Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah,
Okay.
and they did an EVA on that mission, and they did different types of rendezvous to practice, and they did 44 orbits before they re-entered.
So the command pilot was Thomas Stafford, and the pilot was Gene Cernan. It lasted 3 days, from June 3rd to 6th, 1966.
And Gemini 10 was the first use of the Agena target vehicle propulsion system. The spacecraft also rendezvoused with Gemini 8, the Agena, that made them go in the violent role they docked with again. And Collins had 49 minutes of an EVA standing in the hatch and 39 minutes of an EVA doing experiments. And they completed 30 or 43 orbits. And I think this was the special case where they had time to some time to wait, and I think they enjoyed looking at the Earth when they were waiting.
So the command pilot of Gemini 10 was John Young, and the pilot was Michael Collins. It lasted 2 days, 23 hours, from July 18th through July 21st, 1966.
And Gemini 11 had a recorded altitude of 1,189.3 kilometers, or 738 miles. And they used the Agena propulsion system after the first orbit of rendezvous and docking. And they also had another EVA because that was a very important thing to learn how to do because they were gonna walk on the moon, of course. And that EVA lasted 33 minutes. And they also completed 44 orbits.
So the command pilot was Charles Conrad. The pilot was what's his name? Let me check here. Richard Gordon.
Yeah, Richard right. Gordon.
Okay. The total flight time was 2 days, 23 hours, and it lasted from September 12th through September 15th, 1966.
And Gemini 12, the final Gemini mission, rendezvoused and docked with the Agena and did more EVAs. And Aldrin set an EVA record of 5 hours and 30 minutes for one of the spacewalks. And that was interesting record because before then, all the EVAs were really short because they had to fight the zero gravity. I guess not zero gravity, but the feeling of weightlessness. And Buzz Aldrin, he was a rookie, and when testing in the giant pool with the ship in it, he figured out ways that he could use the weightlessness as an advantage. And so his heart rate never skyrocketed and he was never like out of breath or anything, and so he got a really good EVA in.
And the command pilot for the final Gemini 12, was Jim Lovell. The pilot was Buzz Aldrin, and it lasted 3 days, 22 hours, from November 11th through November 15th, 1966.
And here is a picture of all the Gemini rockets. Okay, and I guess we will conclude this episode with the viewer question.
So, why is it that obviously an ant has far less surface area than a human? So it would be encountering far less air resistance. Yet the terminal velocity of an ant is much lower than the terminal velocity of a human. So why is that?
And put your answer in the comments below and explain how you came up with that answer. And be the first one to do it, and you'll get your name right here. And like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thanks.